if the Sixers do in fact keep this pick, and that's been a lot of conversation about if the Sixers should keep it, should we not keep it? We talked about it a few weeks back. But if the Sixers do keep this pick at number 16, who would you want to see the Sixers drafting at number 16? And if we were to trade that pick and maybe other picks, then for which player stands out to you that would be a guy that you think would go for a 16th overall pick in this draft?
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to guess because I have no idea what Daryl Morey is thinking. Which direction the team is going to go in. I don't know. I think the draft and everything matters with, are you going older like Paul George and which telling me you winning right now? Or are you going younger and getting a younger guy and you're saying we want to win right now, but we still want to be competitive some years from now? So I think it kind of depends on that. It really depends. I mean, I don't see us as a development team. I don't see that. So they either getting the guy that they feel that can contribute right now, or they trade the pick.
Do you think these reports that came out today have anything to do with the most recent Butler report, which is rival GMs and sources say that Butler will be traded this offseason?
Yeah, I mean, I think him being traded, I don't know if it's related to Sixers. But I think that it could be related to. Now, I don't think it's related to the Sixers directly, but it could be related to the Sixers indirectly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that people are keeping options open with these draft picks. I think that it's going to come down to the last minute in a lot of these cases, or a team may pick a guy for someone else. You know, when I was drafted for Seattle, even though it was Milwaukee's pick. So you could have a lot of that going on also. Prearranged kind of deals at the draft. So we'll see.
Yeah. As far as draft, this draft's pretty crazy. They have people going all over the place. They said there were a lot of promises to guys in the first round that didn't have first round grades. So that means some guys are going to have to drop out of the first round. So I have no idea anymore. It's been all over the place. I saw a recent interesting one. They said Devin Carter to the Bulls, which makes sense. They replace Caruso with a very kind of similar Caruso-ish guy, right? They just got Giddey for him, and they just get another younger version of him. They said Ron Holland might drop out of the top 10. Dillingham might drop out of the top 10. Collier might drop out of the top 10. If any one of those guys fall, I mean, if we didn't trade it, wouldn't be upset at all. We got one of those guys. As far as more like play now players who are ready to play, De Silva is a very popular one, who's a little older as a prospect, a little more NBA ready, lower ceiling, higher floor. That's the kind of guy I could see us taking if we just can't trade it for anyone that we like. As far as trading for guys, I didn't think we were going to go for a big trade before or at the draft. I thought it was going to be smaller moves like the Kispert types, Dorian Finney-Smith types. We can trade. Apparently, we could trade Paul Reed and bring back up to like $15.2 million in salary, even though he only makes like 7-something. That guy in that range is like an option. But from what Sham said, it sounds like we're swinging for the fences this week. And who knows? Again, I don't know what to believe, right? I don't know if I believe any of that, but it sounds like that's what we're going for. So I have no clue anymore. I would say more of a bargain type players to keep the options open. But the problem with that is it's really hard to re-sign your own players to deals and then go for lower salary players when you don't know how much that big fish is going to cost. So like, how can you really go for the $10, $15 million players if you might need 40 something million to sign a guy that needs that money this year? So yeah, it's really hard before that big domino falls to figure out the other dominoes. Maybe that's why they're trying to, accelerate that process and trying to figure out the big domino first. I just didn't think that would happen so quickly. I thought we'd wait a little bit on that, but apparently we don't want to.
Yeah, some of the names that Sixers Twitter is really big on is this Tristan Da Silva and Jared McCain from Duke are the two main guys that Sixers Twitter is really all about. Eric, do you what do you know about those guys
Toby
now?
Walter's the other one too. I see him a lot from
Who was
Baylor.
the first name you said?
Tristan Da Silva, the Colorado 3, or the 3-4
Yeah.
from Colorado, and then Jared McCain, the guard from Duke.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're going to draft, so those are two young guys that are good promise. Silva is versatile forward. McCain's a guard, very similar to how Kobe White kind of came out of North Carolina. Very similar in some ways. Can shoot it. Yeah, those guys fit. I mean, I don't think either guy's going to crack the rotation, but they're guys that if they needed to play, they're skilled enough and capable enough to contribute.
If someone fell and it's a skill set that we particularly kind of maybe already have, like a Maxi, maybe like just a scorer who can get to the hoop, do you think we should shy away from that and go toward fit, or just take the best player if he falls, no matter what his position is?
I think if you're drafting and you're a Sixer, you drafted the best player available, unless the fit is just undeniable 3-point shooting. Because that's always something you can utilize around Maxey and Joel, and if you get someone else, that shooting transfers.